Okay, let's do this. Welcome, everybody. My name is Michael Partita. I've been a middle school counselor for 11 years. 11 years. And I want to share with you a skill to handle bullying at your school. Been using undercover anti-bullying teams for 11 years. 11 years. And this is something that I want you guys to be able to do at your school. It's so important. So, yeah, let's get right into it. And you're going to learn a lot because you know that parents and teachers and administrators, they're always concerned about bullying. Ain't that right? Okay. And parents, they'll call the school, hey, my son's being bullied, my daughter's being bullied all the time. And it's not an easy thing to solve, but I'm here to help you today. This is going to change your life. If you're a counselor, this will change your life. I've been using this for 11 years, solved every bullying situation, every single one, everyone. So let's get into it. So first, let's define what bullying is. Bullying is unwanted behavior that is intimidating, embarrassing, hostile, abusive, or causes the person to feel emotionally, physically, and mentally unsafe or threatened. So we all know what bullying is. We see it all the time. And it's important that we get to the definition of bullying so that you, parents, counselors, teachers, administrators, can understand what that is. Okay. So let's get to the next one here. How do I know if I need to use an undercover anti-bully team? Okay. How do I know? Undercover anti-bully teams. Well, they're referred by the student. Okay. The student can come in and refer and say, hey, I'm getting bullied. I need some help. They're referred by the teacher. The teacher knows about undercover anti-bullying teams. And you as a counselor, listen, you should be sharing with your teachers what an undercover anti-bullying team. You should be sharing with your administrators what that is, so they can refer a student to you for help. So they can be referred by the parent. I've had parents call in, say, hey, my son or daughter, they don't want to come to school. They're scared. They're being bullied. Can you help us out? And they can be referred to administration because sometimes parents will call the admin. Students will go straight to admin. And that's how students get referred for an undercover anti-bullying team. Well, this is a common situation where students say, well, if I complain, if I report it, it's going to get worse. If I report it, it's going to get worse. It's not going to solve anything. Students feel like it will get worse all the time. Okay, they don't want to be a snitch, right? You need to explain to them their options. You need to explain to them their options. So this is what I do when I'm dealing with a student who is dealing with bullying. I tell them this. Option one, if we don't report it, if we don't do anything, you're still getting bullied. Option two, if we put an undercover anti-bully team in place, there's two more options that can happen. Option one, the bullying is still there. Or option two, as a result of doing an undercover anti-bully team, the bullying stops. The bullying stops. And I've had many undercover anti-bullying teams, and I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you, every single one of them works. And every time I start one, I'm always nervous as if it's going to work. I'm always nervous as if what's going to go wrong, what could go wrong. And you trust the process, and it always works out. So we have when should I do an undercover anti-bully team? Well, you want to use RIP. Are the behaviors repeated? Are the behaviors intentional? Is there an imbalance of power? If you have a yes to all three of these questions, then an undercover anti-bully team may be an option for you to use. But I need to go back one. At the very end, very bottom, it says encourage them to make the decision. Okay, I never force a student to do an undercover anti-bully team. I just ask them. I explain to them their options because I want them to feel comfortable to do an undercover anti-bully team. They're the ones that have to be inspired to do it. So let the students make the decision. It's very important that the student makes the decision. So remember, is it repeated? Is it intentional? And is there an imbalance of power? That's very important. So there's 5 steps. Can I move this? I guess not. There's 5 steps of implementation, okay? Number 1, we're gonna meet with the student. Number 2, we're gonna inform relevant adults, teachers, parents, whoever else is on campus that is important. We're gonna meet with a team. We're gonna put the team together. That's the undercover bully team, okay? And then we're gonna progress monitor, disband the team, and then we're going to celebrate together with your administration. Yes. So here we go. So here's a story. A student reported to the counselor that others, this is a story that happened to me. A student came to me, reported that others were calling him names like gay and dumb and stupid. Okay, so I asked the student, I said, what do you want to do about it? Well, I don't want to be a snitch. It's gonna get worse. Well, this is where you have to explain to them that we have a process to solve bullying, and it works. It works. I'm telling you, it works. It works. And you have to encourage them and give them the ability to make that decision, to feel comfortable that you have them in your hands, that you're going to take care of them. So what's the step? Step 1. Okay, these are the steps. You're going to meet with the student. You're going to record the story and the effects, and then you're going to select a team, which is the anti-undercover bully team. So here we go. Meet with the student. You ask them, what happened? Where did it happen? When did it happen? And this whole time while you're doing this, you're writing this down. You're listening with compassion and empathy, and you're writing everything that they're saying, and you're asking for details. You want them to give you details. It happened here. Where did it happen? When did it happen? And then you go to, how has the bullying affected you? How did the bullying make you feel? You're right. It made me feel sad. It made me angry. I couldn't believe it. And then it's very important that you have them scale it. Between 1 and 10, how severe is the bullying? How big of a problem is the bullying between 1 and 10 for you? It's usually an 8 because nobody wants to get bullied, right? They're being made fun of. They're being called names. There's an impower balance between the student and the other students who are bothering them. Okay? So you want to make sure that they're going to rate it, because eventually, as you implement the team, you want it to go from a 9, let's say it's a 9, you want it to go to a 0, right? You want it to get it down to a 1. It's very important. Then you ask the victim, okay, the person who's being bullied, who has been the worst bullying? Who has been doing the worst bullying? You want to know, okay, you need to have, this is very important. You need to have the bully on the team. See, when we go to a bully and we say, stop bullying, or we say, you're going to get in trouble, or you're going to get suspended, we're going to call school police, that's punitive. And the bully's probably been like that for a long time. It's probably had all those problems. And the undercover anti-bully team is important because what it does is it brings a team together, peers, positive peers, to encourage the bully to stop the behavior. So you create a team. Everybody wants to help. So everybody wants to be a part of a solution, even if you are a bully.